father. Or should I call you Steve? Since it's a new year, maybe we should start cooking fresh with fewer smoke alarms this time. Your cooking's improving, but I can see the stress in your eyes. Anna's mom used this Blue Apron assemble and bake thing during our playdate. Pre-chopped ingredients, over 40 grams of protein, and just one pan to clean up. She just tossed it in the oven and boom, plating like she's got followers. So go to blueapron.com, Steve. Make 2026 the year you win dinner. Blue Apron. Get $50 off your first 2 orders plus free shipping with code STIR50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
Sniffle season happens, and when it does, your skin deserves comfort. That's why Kleenex lotion tissues are made with moisturizing ingredients and offer 3-in-1 skin-loving benefits, helping protect, soothe, and moisturize your skin. So whether you're at home, on the go, or just living life, keep Kleenex lotion close for a little extra care that makes a big difference. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
Ah, DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Hello, I'm Sarah and welcome to the Whispering Woods After Dark. Now we have got part 2 of Our Lady of Fátima, so I'll get straight into it. Are you ready for the story? By October 13th, 1917, anticipation had grown. The lady's promise of a public miracle draws an enormous multitude to Fátima. Not only pious villagers, but also journalists, scientists, and outspoken skeptics who come to debunk the farce. They come in ox carts and on foot, trudging through the night with lanterns and hope. The roads are choked with people streaming toward the Cova de Iria. It rained through the night and into the morning, a chilly, relentless downpour that soaks the rolling fields. Still, they come. By the time the clock nears noon, as many as 70,000 people crowd the natural bowl of the Cova. An ocean of umbrellas, muddy boots, and upturned faces, all waiting for a sign from heaven or an exposure of fraud. Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta arrive, wading through puddles with their parents guarding them. The children make their way to the little home oak, now stripped of its leaves and branches by devotees who took them as relics over the months, and begin to pray the rosary with the crowd, The rain at last slackens to a light drizzle as the hour approaches. It's almost midday. Many are dispirited by the foul weather, wondering if the miracle can happen under these conditions. Then, at 12 o'clock noon, Lucia suddenly stands up, her face transfigured with joy. "She's coming," she cries, and at that moment, the rain stops. The sun breaks through the thick clouds. "Silence, silence, Our Lady is coming," Lucia shouts. The crowd quiets to a murmur, then a hush. The dark clouds are parting, revealing the sun like a dull silver disk. For the first time, many in the crowd can stare directly at the sun without pain. A collective gasp arises, as a thin veil seems to cover the sun's face, dulling its brightness. Up above the oak, Lucia and her cousin see the lady standing in magnificent light, now identifying herself at last. "I am the Lady of the Rosary," she tells them, confirming what the children had already begun to believe. The Lady of the Rosary, the Blessed Virgin Mary, is here with a message. She asks again that people change their lives, ask forgiveness for their sins and pray the Rosary. The war will end, she says, but sadly many will still suffer. She then raises her shining hand and points toward the sun. Let them stand witness, Lucia hears in her heart. The rain clouds have fully dispersed, revealing a gleaming sun. An expectant pause. Then the sun starts to spin. It twirls rapidly. A gasp of astonishment rises. The sun is revolving, casting off brilliant shafts of coloured light. Reds, blues, yellows, the colours of the rainbow, dance over the white faces of the crowd, over the wet hem of the children's clothes and the dripping trees. People blink in disbelief. The sun is dancing. Suddenly the sun's light seems to shimmer and shift, as if it was zooming toward Earth. The great fiery disk that had been swaying in the sky now lunges in a zigzag motion directly at the crowd. "May Deuce, my God," shouts a woman, panic stabbing her voice. Chaos erupts. Men and women throw themselves on their knees in the mud, weeping and praying for mercy. "It's the end of the world," an old man cries, tears streaming down his face. Above, the sun hurtles closer, growing larger and more terrifying by the second, its flames swirling. Just when it seems it will crash upon all of them and incinerate the earth, the blazing orb jumps back to its normal place in the sky. It resumes its usual golden glow, shining benignly on a crowd that is now laughing, crying, and clapping their hands in wild relief and joy. The entire cosmic ballet has lasted perhaps 10 minutes. 10 minutes that felt like hours to those transfixed by fear and wonder. As people catch their breath, an incredible realization spreads from person to person. Their clothes and even the ground itself are dry. The puddles of water are gone, the mud baked into cracked earth, as if the field had been under a summer sun for days. Moments ago, they were soaked to the skin, but now trousers and skirts hang crisp and warm. It is as if the plunging sun had sucked up all the rain and dampness in its furious descent. Many in the crowd begin to shout praises to God and to Our Lady. Even sceptical observers are staggered. Reporters from Lisbon and Porto, who came to mock, find themselves writing front-page stories about the miracle of the sun. One esteemed journalist from the anti-clerical newspaper, O Seculo, who witnessed the events, admits in print that something truly extraordinary, outside all natural laws, has occurred in Fátima. As the crowd slowly disperses, the children at the epicenter of it all are radiant. Jacinta skips with joy, saying, "I saw Our Lady, I saw Our Lady." Francisco is quiet and smiling, and Lucia, though overwhelmed, is filled with peace. The lady kept her promise. All have seen and believed. In the days that follow, news of the solar miracle spreads around the globe. The era's modern media struggles to explain it. Some call it an optical illusion or a mass hallucination, while others simply state the facts and let readers decide. For the faithful, no explanation is needed. It was a divine sign, confirmation that the messages of Fatima were true. For many others, it remains an unsolved mystery, but for those who were there on that October day, no explanation could ever capture the mix of ecstasy and terror. After October 13th, 1917, Fatima is forever changed. The once obscure village becomes hallowed ground virtually overnight. The three children, once dismissed by doubters, are now revered by many as chosen visionaries. But with fame comes scrutiny. The Catholic Church, cautious and thorough, begins an official investigation into the events. In the meantime, pilgrims descend on Fatima in droves, praying at the oak stump, which they cover in ex-voto offerings, and asking the children to recount every detail of the apparition. The children do their best, but some things they cannot reveal, namely, the content of the 3 secrets entrusted to them in July. Lucia in particular feels the weight of this hidden knowledge. At night she awakens in tears, recalling the vision of hell and the lady's urgent plea for conversion of sinners. She sees clearly now that the Great War was only the beginning of sorrows if humanity does not turn back to God. As 1917 turns to 1918, an unexpected menace sweeps across the world: the Spanish flu pandemic. It strikes Portugal with a vengeance. Both little Francisco and Jacinta fall gravely ill in the winter of 1918. It seems the lady's sombre prediction is coming to pass. She had said she would take them to heaven soon, and now the brother and sister linger in sickness. Francisco, sweet-natured and gentle, grows weaker by the day. He spends his remaining energy praying and consoling his weeping parents, telling them he is happy because he will see the beautiful lady again in heaven. In April 1919, at just 10 years old, Francisco sleeps away peacefully, gazing at a faded picture of Mary on the wall. Jacinta, only 7, suffers longer. Before she dies, she endures great pain from pneumonia and an abscess, which she offers up for the conversion of sinners as the lady had asked. Jacinta also speaks strangely of future events. She says that many more souls will go to hell because of certain fashions and sins of pride, words that puzzle those around her. In February 1920, Jacinta too dies, far from home in a Lisbon hospital, after telling of a final vision of the Virgin comforting her. The 2 younger seers are gone, beautified in their suffering just as the lady foretold, leaving Lucia as the sole keeper of Fatima's mysteries. Lucia dos Santos enters religious life, becoming a nun at first with the Dorothean sisters and later a Carmelite. In the convent, she finally commits the secrets of Fatima to writing under obedience to her superiors. The first two secrets, the vision of hell and the prophecy of war and Russia, are eventually transmitted to the Pope and made public by the early 1940s. By then, World War II has indeed broken out, lending a chilling validation to the lady's warning of a worse war if people did not repent. The requested consecration of Russia becomes a subject of much devotion and debate, as many Catholics credit Fatima's prophecy with predicting the spread of Soviet communism and believe that only prayer can undo that threat. In 1942, Pope Pius XII, to whom Lucia had conveyed the secrets, consecrates the world, and implicitly Russia, to Mary's Immaculate Heart, in a ceremony closely linked to Fatima's message. But the third secret remains a tightly kept mystery. Sister Lucia wrote it down in 1944 in a letter that was sealed and entrusted to the Vatican, with the understanding it would be revealed to the world by 1960 at the latest, or at the Pope's discretion. As 1960 arrives, the faithful wait eagerly, certain that the final secret contains dramatic revelations, perhaps foretelling the apocalypse, the second coming, or some great chastisement. To their dismay, the Vatican announces that the secret will not be published, citing that it is not yet the proper time. Speculation explodes. In the absence of official word, wild rumours take hold. Some say the secret must predict nuclear holocaust or the end of the world, so terrifying that the Pope dare not reveal it. Others say that it speaks of a great apostasy within the Church, or the rise of the Antichrist, or an assassination plot against a Pope. Decade after decade, conspiracy theories swirl around the reclusive third secret. The Fatimists, as they're called, suspect the Vatican of covering up. Did Mary foretell the date of the end of times? Did she warn of Satan infiltrating the highest ranks of the Church? The lack of information allows fear and fantasy to fill the void. Finally, in the year 2000, as the world enters a new millennium, Pope John Paul II, the great devotee of Our Lady of Fatima, decides to publish the third secret at last. The text, accompanied by theological commentary, describes a symbolic vision: a bishop dressed in white, climbing a hill toward a cross amid the ruins of a devastated city, only to be felled by gunfire and arrows, along with many clergy and lay people. The Vatican interprets this as a foresight of the 20th century trials. The bishop in white is linked to Pope John Paul II himself, who narrowly survived an assassination attempt on May 13, 1981, remarkably the anniversary of the first Fatima apparition. The bullets and arrows symbolise the forces of evil and persecution that attacked the Church throughout the century, from wars to totalitarian regimes that killed religious believers. In essence, the Vatican explains, the third secret carried no new prophecies of doom, but rather a reaffirmation that through suffering and faith, the Church would endure. Some faithful accept this with relief and renewed awe, at Fatima's fulfilled prophecies, World War II, the rise of communist Russia, even the 1981 shooting of the Pope, were all seemingly prefigured in the secrets of Fatima. But others are not satisfied. The revealed secret does not contain the explicit words of the Virgin Mary, only Lucia's description of her vision. This fuels a hermeneutic of conspiracy, as some call it, among those convinced that the Vatican withheld something. To this day, a segment of devotees insists that a portion of the third secret remains hidden, perhaps a spoken message from Mary that was considered too explosive to disclose. The Vatican repeatedly denies this, but the doubters point to inconsistencies and the long silence as evidence of a cover-up. The mystery of Fatima lives on, half in light and half in shadow, much like the spinning sun veiled by the clouds, simultaneously revealing and concealing its power. The once barren field at Cova de Iria is now home to the sanctuary of Our Lady of Fatima, one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the world. Where the Radiant Lady once stood is now a small chapel of apparitions, and nearby a grand basilica holds the tombs of Saint Francisco and Saint Jacinta Marto, canonized in 2017. Sister Lucia, who died in 2005 at the age of 97, is on the path to sainthood as well. Each year, millions visit Fatima seeking peace, healing, or a brush with the divine. On the anniversaries, May 13th and October 13th, candlelight processions weave through immense crowds at night. Tens of thousands of candles bobbing in the darkness. The atmosphere is both solemn and eerie, an echo of that otherworldly encounter when the gateway between heaven and earth briefly opened on a quiet Portuguese hill. A few researchers and writers have speculated that the dazzling figure and the miraculous solar display could be interpreted not as a purely religious event, but perhaps as a close encounter, an extraterrestrial kind. They note the luminous globe reported moving through the sky and the eerie buzzing sound, comparing them to UFO phenomena. Could an advanced entity have staged an incident to convey a message to humanity? To most, such theories are far-fetched, even blasphemous. The children themselves always insisted the lady was the Virgin Mary and reacted with faith, not confusion. But the very fact that Fatima invites such speculation underscores its unique place at the crossroads of the sacred and the uncanny. It's a story with enough strange atmospheric details, prophecy, and unexplained phenomena to inspire countless interpretations.
Instacart helps you get what you need fast. Like when the watch party at your place finally makes it out of the group chat. Suddenly you need snacks, drinks, and all the things nobody planned for. With Instacart, you can get groceries and party essentials delivered. Just download the app, place your order, and it shows up in as fast as 30 minutes. That way, hosting feels easy and looks like you had a plan all along. Get the Instacart app today and get game day deals.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
I want to add here that my birthday is on May the 13th. And I'm just putting it out there. So that obviously makes me extremely special. Okay. I want to also say that I don't believe that's what the message was. Because I don't believe that you would hide something as kind of small as that away. And of course it's going to benefit the church to have that be the message. But I really don't believe it was. I'm not sure what it was, but I don't believe it was that. And I'll leave that there. That's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
The stories told on the Whispering Woods are inspired by historical records, witness reports, and local folklore. While every effort is made to research and represent events accurately, some details, names, and locations may differ from official accounts or have been changed out of respect for those involved. These episodes are created for storytelling and entertainment purposes and should not be considered definitive fact or investigative journalism.